Welcome to Board Game Archaeology, where we play time-worn games from the past. I'm Hunter.
I'm Rob.
And today, we're playing Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs from 1977 from Cadaco for 2, 3, or 4 players, ages 4 to 10.
Yeah, the goal of the game is to be the first person to reach the finish.
And really, all it comes with is this board with the telling of the Snow White story, a spinner with 1, 2, 2 threes, which equal the same as 1 and 2, and then 4 and 5 are obviously harder to get, and 4 different colored tokens.
Yeah, and it's a very straightforward game. It has a very, it's like you spin the spinner, you go as many spaces as you will, and all of the instructions on what to do when you land on a certain space, most of them are blank, will just be go ahead 5 or go back, 2.
Right.
The kind of gimmick of the game is that often it will give you 2 routes.
Right, at least twice it does. It does in the beginning, where you can take an easy route where it's all go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Or these 6 squares that are go back 1, go back to start, and go back to start. And the funny thing is I'm not sure if it would take you longer. The second route is a bigger choice, because you have to finish here, and if you go here, but if you screw up, you're back to start.
Yeah, there's
which
2
is a
points.
Big jump.
That's a 1 in 3 chance of
Right.
getting sent back to start from the very end.
But it's a very simple game. It's literally you use a spinner, and like I said, your odds of getting 1, 2, or 3, because there's 2 threes here, are better than the 4 and 5. So just remember that you're almost always going to get a 1, 2, or a 3. So you can kind of do the math as you go. Otherwise, it's so straightforward, it hurts.
Yeah, it was so straightforward that at first, when I was kind of trying to get an idea for the game, I thought that the idea was that you could kind of choose based on who you're playing with to make it simpler. Like there was like a simple route and like a more advanced route. But when it came down to it, no, it's like a gameplay choice where it's like you can choose to take the longer path or you can choose to take the shorter path.
The one thing they did do, and this is for younger kids, 4 to 10, so we can sit here and pick on this game all day long. The art's really nice. This is not a Disney game, but although you can see similarities, I think the main witch is the number one similarity in knowing the 7 dwarfs. But they don't look like Dopey Doc and the guys that Disney has. But it tells the whole story. It gets all the way through. So it's good for little kids if you just really want to tell a story as you're moving your characters along.
Yeah, exactly. Like as you're getting the 1, 2s, and 3s on this board, you have plenty of time to read out the whole story.
Yep, and the art's good. The art's painted up, and it is what it is. It's a decent game. I can't say that we would ever pull this out to play it again, but it's a very simple game. I think younger than 4, if you got somebody who likes playing games and can figure out spinners and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think you're in for a treat.
And it's kind of a fun way for a kid to learn about some fables and stories if they're not already familiar with like the Disney movie.
And start with this and then throw in the Disney one where you have all the characters that you remember and love.
Yeah. Well, thanks for watching.
Yeah, and if you want to know more about us, check us out at toyarchaeology.com. You can also find us on Facebook. And don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube. You can find the stuff on links below.
We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.